Great characters make us laugh, cry, and think. Make us question our beliefs and second-guess our actions. Make us want to be better human beings in the grand scheme of things. Number 10. Uncle Scrooge. Scrooge was introduced to us in 1843 in a little book by Charles Dickens called A Christmas Carol. Scrooge was a rich factory owner, a snob, and penny pincher who was visited by the three ghosts of past, present, and future. He learned the cost of greed and rewards of giving and sharing. Uncle Scrooge goes from forcing people to work overtime on holidays to buying the turkey for Christmas dinner. It is a time-honored story about family and the importance of quality time. There have been many remakes with many famous actors.
Christmas. Bah humbug.
Number 9. Forest Gump. Played by Tom Hanks, Forrest was a young kid growing up watching Elvis, the Beatles, and the Vietnam War. A little below average, Gump overcame his differences and became a pivotal character in history, receiving a Medal of Honor by the President of the United States, showing Elvis how to shake his hips, helping Lennon write his famous song Imagine, while becoming a ping pong champion, successful entrepreneur and loving father, among other accomplishments.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Number 8. Claudia. Claudia from An Interview with a Vampire, 1994, is a young girl who was brought into the cult against her will and rights of the Vampire Covenant. Though part of the B-plot, Kirsten Dunst's performance is one to watch, as she truly navigates what it's like to be an innocent girl in a world of pure evil, where her very existence is seen as an abomination, both as a human being and a vampire.
But it keeps the blood warm.
Number 7. Arnie, played by Leonardo DiCaprio in 1993 in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Arnie is disabled and mentally challenged. It is a big brother story about two boys who bond and fight to save their mother's life as she succumbs to the sin of gluttony. It is a deep look into mental illness and its effects on our lives.
Goodbye!
Number 6. The Fonz. Played by Henry Winkler in 1974 on the TV show Happy Days, Fonzie was a rebellious teenager growing up in the 50s without a proper mother and father figure. He was adopted by the Cunninghams and became friends with the Nerds, becoming their protector. From street kid to teacher, Fonzie's calm, collective attitude is a role to be remembered.
When you're this cool, they're out to get you!
Number 5. Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, starring Robin Williams. Robin's character Daniel is an out-of-work actor who ends up going through a divorce and the hurdles of family maintenance and blended families. It is a charming, light-hearted story that touches on the state of society today. Daniel ends up with his own TV show and still gets to spend time with his kids.
Oh, my little ankle biters. Do I sense dissension in the ranks? Are we ready for homework, or shall we continue manual labor?
Number 4. Joker. Joker has left fans mesmerized. They even say the role is cursed. Curse aside, Joker is the true anti-hero, even beating out Han Solo. There are superheroes, heroes, anti-heroes, villains, vampires, and victims. A true hero has no superpowers, and an anti-hero has none either, except his actions can change the tide of the war. At a whim, he rules the B-plot. Begging the question, who is the true villain in Batman?
It's simple. Kill the Batman.
Number 3. Doc Holliday, portrayed by Val Kilmer in The Western Tombstone, 1993. Doc is also a great anti-hero. A gambler and a girl's man, he lives by his own set of values in a lawless society. As loyal as they come, no matter his state, Doc won't hesitate to lay his life down as a living sacrifice for his friends.
Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Number 2. 7 of 9 on Star Trek Voyager, 1995. Played by Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9 is a young girl in a futuristic world where humanity is at war with a cybernetic race. Captured at a young age, the story about 7 of 9 is a touching tale. She is a deep and philosophical character that makes us question what it is to be human.
You killed him? It was a mild shock. He will recover. He wasn't responding to diplomacy.
Number 1. Sergeant Slaughter, 1976. Robert Remes played Sergeant Slaughter, a young teenager coming home from the Vietnam War, who battles post-traumatic syndrome through wrestling and cartoons. Robert was the first celebrity to be made into an action toy. solidifying his place at number 1. From a teenager in the Vietnam War, to G.I. Joe, to Iraqi sympathizer, to heavyweight champion, to commissioner, the Sergeant Slaughter story arc is a story for the ages.
You maggots are all dismissed!